before we get to that, let me go back because you said something very interesting. That the first thing it made me, my first thought, my reaction was, "Are you crazy? Noah Lyles probably isn't gonna win a gold medal ever. Are you serious? You seriously
Olympic.
believe that Noah Lyles is never gonna win a gold medal, Olympic gold medal?"
I think there's a good chance.
He's been on this corner for a couple years, Michael.
You don't think Knighton can
Is
beat
it,
him next year?
so John, yeah, just give me 1 second. So, Jonathan, is he one of those people that just, kind of like, I throw it out there to see if people are going to get the reaction, or does he really believe it?
No, I think he does really believe this because Robert he loves the phenoms as well. So it is. I think he'll get an idea like this, and then he'll also realize it will provoke a reaction. So when he's got a kernel of
Okay.
truth in there that he believes, and people will go crazy
Gotcha.
about it, that's when he launches the take.
Hey,
Got it.
Mi-
Okay,
Mike-
I thought, okay. Got it.
Michael, your reaction to my take is exactly the one Jakob Ingebrigtsen. He said, "Oh, I've seen the show. You have very interesting ideas." I mean, I'm not. I don't think I came up with it to be a jerk to Noah Lyles. I did feel like in 2021 we were kind of Noah Lyles was being shoved down the public's throat, like he was the champion before he was the champion. NBC so desperately wanted him to be Bolt when he wasn't quite. I think it's because he was on antidepressants. There was a tough year with COVID, but he's amazing and he's breaking your record. And I'm not denying. I think he maybe could. I'm not throwing out there the 1919. Bolt's record could go, and maybe he's the one to do it. But when I see these two young guys right there, doesn't seem crazy.
It's going to be competitive. It means, look,
So if you're saying he's definitely going to win one, then that would mean that that means that Lyles has no chance next year.
No, that means that you wait a minute. If I'm saying what?
All right, if you're saying I'm crazy that he's never going to win one, that means you think that he definitely will win one, which would mean that Knighton has no chance next year.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't mean that at all. You've jumped to a complete conclusion. So let's put this in real context, right? Okay. So if you believe that there's a very, very good chance that Noah Lyles doesn't win the Olympic gold medal in the 200 meters next year, because this is what I'm hearing you say, because there's these two young kids who, as I sort of outlined a few minutes ago, because they have the ability, they've proven the ability to run really fast times, right? And they're only slightly younger than him. What's the middle, 24? It was 24, I believe.
No, he turns 26 this year. Yeah.
Okay, 26. Okay, so he's 26.
Oh, I think
so
he's
next year he's 27. I was 28 in 1996. I was 28 in 1996, right? So, and I remember my fastest time ever, right? But here's the thing. Here's why I think it's crazy to think that Noah Lyles won't be the Olympic gold medalist. It's not to say, look, nobody knows who's going to be the Olympic gold medalist next year. Nobody knows who's going to be the Olympic gold medalist next month, or this month now. It's this World Championship. That's why we have the races. But the idea that because Erriyon Knighton, who Noah's beaten every time they've lined up for a championship, Noah's beaten them. Everybody thought he was going to beat Noah last year, at the U.S. Championships maybe, or at the World Championships. Noah pulls it out. Noah's getting faster. You can talk about, Erriyon's 19.49, but he hasn't run that now in 3 years. That was 3 years ago, wasn't it?
No, it was April 2022.
Okay, so 2 years ago.
Over
2 years ago.
1 year. 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Yeah.
And he ran the 19.49 last year?
Yeah.
Was that last year? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So, but he hasn't run that fast since then.
In April.
Not even close, right?
Noah's continued to get, Noah's getting faster, running consistently fast times, right? So, but the thing is about Noah, regardless of all of that, times are one thing. But the thing is Noah's been winning ever since he, revealed that in 2021 during the Olympics, that, you know, he had gotten off the antidepressants. He was dealing with some mental issues. He's figured that out. And he's been dominating ever since. The guy goes in, he's world champion 2019. He comes back now, he's world champion in 2021. Comes back this year, running. You see what he does in the 100 meters, just not afraid, you know, and confident. Confidence is a big thing. When you're consistent, you have the talent, and you're consistent with it, and you're confident, which is where what that consistency does for you. You're very, very difficult to beat. That is a huge weapon to have, because what happens is when you're standing there, you know, before the gun goes off, or, you know, just moments before the race, you need to be confident that I have the ability. We talked about this early on. When I'm on my A game, can anyone beat me? Believing it is one thing, but where does that belief come from? It comes from evidence. If the evidence shows that when I am on my A game, when I have been on my A game, I won, I dominated. That's huge for confidence, as opposed to I want to win, I believe I can win, but the evidence shows the last for Erriyon, for example, it's difficult to overcome. Not that he can't, not that he won't, but it's difficult to much more difficult for his journey when he goes, when I've been on my A game and ran really well at a championship, I finished second. So I got to do something different this time. I got to improve my A game in order to beat Noah. So that's the difference. So I would say that, you know, if I asked you, who are you going to bet on? And what's at stake is your home that you live in. You're not betting against Noah Lyles for the gold medal next year for 200 meters. Now, it's one thing to think, you know, when there's nothing at stake, that, yeah, you know, one of these young kids might beat Noah. Yeah, that's one thing. But when you have to put something up that you might lose, you're betting on Noah.
Yeah, right. Definitely right now. But Noah's point, as we said, he's 26, and Knighton's Knighton's 19. So I think, I mean, how good were you at 19?
Look, if we're talking about, you know, where could a surprise come from next year, or who are some young people that might come up and, you know, and be amazing in the next couple of years? Absolutely, Erriyon Knighton has the potential to be amazing and win and be a champion. Absolutely. I wouldn't bet against Erriyon Knighton not being a champion at some point in his career, and it might be next year. And that's why that's an exciting race to watch.